Welcome in. It is the ATB Show at the buzzer. You can go to atbshow.com and find all the links for all the things, especially, I believe every social media medium right now is where you can find Rubber Shoes. Weekday and weekend mornings with the Rubber Shoes Wrap Up and Rant. And, of course, we are delivered, whether you like it or not. We're here by our dear friends at AAA Work Trucks. So we'll have Rubber Shoes take it away. Are you wearing a Wade Boggs shirt? What disastrous uniform do you have on today? It's so unpredictable.
Rafael Devers.
Oh. Modell strikes again. Go ahead.
Brought to you by AAA Work Trucks, your one-stop shop for all your work truck needs. If it goes in or on a vehicle, it's a good bet AAA can take care of it for you. Give them a call at 866-783-6222 or check them out online at aaaworktrucks.com.
So many things to discuss. The glass menagerie that apparently Tom Brady might be still looking at Miami, but then of course he chirped in and said, "No, I just got my daughter a kitten, so we're not going to be doing that." I thought that was a great retort. I'm pro cat, and I also think he needs to stay fully retired this time, please.
Yes,
please,
totally,
1,000%. Please. But yeah, so many things to talk about. I'm going to let you guys take it away, and we'll take it from there. I will insert stupidity as needed. Yeah.
You're good at that. That's good.
It's my genius zone. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Where are we going first, boys?
Stop.
All right, have a great week, everybody. Jesus, come on.
No, I was going to say, I'm ready for the Celtics. I mean, I think that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk Celtics.
A train wreck.
Are the Celtics ready for the Celtics?
Well, that's the thing. The typical Boston fan, you want to talk about what's kind of, somewhat negative, even though, the number 2 seed still in the Eastern Conference, but they're going through a little bit of a rough stretch. I think tonight's game against Portland at home before this 6-game road trip is huge. And the fact that Malcolm Brogdon came out of kind of left field and just, mentioned how big this game is, and they got to kind of figure some things out and get it done. I think it definitely puts a little bit of onus on this game that they have to, they have to come out and get a win.
Mm-hmm.
You think about the last couple of losses that they've had, and they shouldn't have lost, first of all, to the Nets. That was just, they didn't show up. And then to lose, I know they didn't have Tatum and Horford and Time Lord, and I get that. But then you got Grant Williams talking to Donovan Mitchell saying, "I'm going to make them both. I'm going to make them both." And then he missed both of them. That was
just one, Grant. We only needed one.
Honestly,
that's all we needed, one.
Right, I know. Just make one. You freaking run your mouth. And then
the thing with those is that they're up double digits in all those games and blow the leads, and that's the troubling part.
Yeah, but I think you have to think about the NBA as it is now, though, because a 10-point lead is like nothing. I mean, I get it. 28 points. 28 point was a big lead, but 14 points against the Knicks, and then they were up by. They were down by 11. They came back, tied it. I mean, people are the sky is falling all of a sudden with the Celtics. They lost one crappy game to the Nets, and then they lost 2 really good games against the Knicks and the Cavs. Whether they played great in both of those games, I wouldn't say necessarily they played great, but they were fun to watch games. And the Knicks and the Cavs are good teams, and they took one of them to double overtime and one to overtime. So
yeah, but Jalen Brunson's out for the Knicks game. So I think for me the positive thing is, are they so confident, which is good, that they have the bravado now, and they should because they are a really good team, that they have the bravado now that they are looking past teams. And for them to have this happen and get their hand bitten before we get into the playoffs is valuable, I think. And I also just we also can't afford to have that mentality and also have JT have an off night, because that's what happened. Was it the Nets game? I believe it was the Brooklyn game. That was
because he had 40 something in the Knicks game. So
he hasn't been efficient though. It's one of those things that his efficiency has been really, really poor lately. And honestly, and I don't know what's going on with the Missoula lineups, Muscula, whatever his name is there. I know they brought him over. That's the one trade they made, and I was happy with it. But he's getting minutes and eating a lot of minutes where he's not overly productive. He's not great on the defensive end. We all knew that coming in, but now he's not making shots. He was in the first 3 or 4 games he got here, but the last 6, not so much. and still he's taking these minutes. Those minutes should be going to maybe put in Blake, maybe put in Cornette, and at least that way you're going to get some more rebounding and more defense. Which because typically the Celtics don't necessarily need more scoring. That's not something I see on like really what they need is defense. They need stops. They're always going to have somebody on the floor that's going to be able to score, or two guys on the floor at least that can score. They're deep enough in regards to that. So, it's to your point, Adam, like they lost to good teams, but when you need to say that you're an elite team, you shouldn't lose to those. You shouldn't lose those games. You shouldn't lose to those types of teams. And that's why I don't know if the sky, I wouldn't say the sky is falling, but it's definitely something that they need to, get a little course correction here. Win 7 of the next 10. Figure it out, get back into some kind of rhythm. I'm not looking for them to win, rattle off this entire road trip and win every single game, because that's probably not going to happen. But win 7 of 10, and then I think things will be ready for, especially when the postseason comes up in like 4 weeks.
The one thing that is concerning a little bit to me, well, there's a couple of concerning things, but the one thing, just looking ahead to the playoffs, is that there's a strong possibility we see either the Cavs or the Knicks, and clearly we haven't figured out either of those teams yet. So that makes me real nervous. It's weird because I have this feeling about the Knicks, the Nets, and the Heat that make me really nervous that they're going to knock us out in the first or the second round if we see either one of those three teams. And then I feel like, all right, the Bucks will be up for it. If we make it to the Bucks, we'll be up for those guys, and it'll be a series. There's no question it'll be close, but I think we can come out on top. So I don't know. It's just this weird feeling. We haven't beaten the Knicks at all this year. Beat the Cavs once, but we've taken them to overtime. I think all 3 times, right? All 3 games were overtime games. So those are nerve-wracking games. And then the Heat just won't go away. If the Heat make the playoffs, nobody wants to see them in the first round. So I certainly hope it's not us. That is concerning to me. I think the lineup thing is also a real concern because everybody talks about how deep the Celtics are, and they are super deep. But when you're messing with that depth, right? Like you had early in the season, you had a very consistent who came off the bench first, right? It was always Brogdon came off the bench first. And if Grant wasn't starting, he would come off the bench. Now it's like a mishmash of who comes off. Sometimes it's Hauser, sometimes it's Muscala, sometimes it's Cornette. Like very rarely nowadays it's Cornette. So I don't know. I agree with you, Scotty. It's very strange what he's doing, especially this late in the season. Like if this was the first month or 2 of the season, it's okay. Okay, you're trying to figure it out. Yeah, but we're like 19 games away from the end of the season. Like we need to have it figured out.
Yeah, there should be no more experimentation here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
2 words.
One thing Eddie House said, sorry, go ahead, Billy. You said 2 words?
2 words. Load management. That's why they're losing these games. The first game of the back and back, Pritchard didn't play, Griffin didn't play, Cornette didn't play, Brogdon didn't play. 0 minutes from any of those guys. They all played the next night, and they didn't have Tatum, Horford, and Williams in that game. He's sitting guys and not playing them, period, resting guys right now. And so if he's willing to give up the number 1 seed, then that's what he's going to do by doing this.
Well, Peyton Pritchard don't need no freaking load management. The dude's seen freaking like 20 games all year.
No, but he knew that he was going to be playing a lot the next night, so he didn't play any of those guys.
Years old.
Don't
get out there and
say
run,
it to me. None of these guys should. Ask Charles Barkley what he thinks about load management. He thinks it's a crock of shit.
Barkley's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. Well, load management is one thing, but load management is for your superstars, though. Load management is for the superstars. It's not for
when you're going to rest 3 of them
on your bench.
The second night of a back-to-back, then you have to rest your other guys because they're going to be playing. Grant Williams played 44 minutes that second night.
Yeah, but look at Quickly, right? This absolute moron on the Knicks who I can't stand, but this guy played like 55 minutes in that game. And then he went out the next night and played, or I don't know if it's the next night or the night after that, but he went out and played a full game as well because so I don't understand if we are doing load management. What?
I don't know what's happening.
Billy just put a food order in while you were doing that. I think.
Tyler just bought this rookie card after that game.
We can't say what is it.
It's Quickly.
Oh, okay.
Emmanuel Quickly.
I
agree.
He was dancing. I got to be honest.
It's already doubled in price.
I was so mad in that Knicks game though because it's like if these guys on our team aren't getting pissed off that this guy's dancing all over the court like a freaking I don't want to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like dancing like crazy all over the court.
I fear we have some listeners that hear us talking about load management. They think it's No Nut November. I don't know what's happening right now. Yeah, people are very confused.
By the way, I'm going with Grey
I can
Goose.
take the next 7 minutes off. Load management. I'm going to go back on the bench. I came out. I shot a 4. Not even a 3. I shot a 4. You love it. Now people are looking up No Nut November. You're welcome. Yeah.
You better look that up in an incognito window.
Billy, what are you
Rubber
drinking?
shoes. What are you drinking?
I
What
got
is
Grey
happening
Goose
right
and Red Bull tonight.
Oh my God.
I didn't know you drank.
Club,
I
buddy.
thought you were an easy drinker.
I think I put too much great.
There we go.
I got
I'm
nothing.
drinking that.
We're right in the middle of Lent, baby. Sprite Zero.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh my God.
Scotty's almost gone.
Yeah.
That bottle was full when it started.
Yeah. Well, he's
Yeah.
trying. Well, he's trying to upgrade to Windows 11, which
No, I upgraded.
is sort of a
11.
yeah
Freaking horrible.
I can't believe there's still Windows updates. in this day and
upgrade
age.
to
It's
Windows
crazy.
11.
That's the OS
It's-
upgrade,
yeah.
man.
I know it's nuts.
BIOS update.
Sounds great.
Just destroyed my freaking laptop.
Well, I think the Celtics bounce back, quite honestly. I have to say, I think I agree with you, Scotty, that they don't need to sweep the road trip, but it wouldn't obviously hurt for them to win against Portland and then sweep those 6 games. I think they're, should be reasonably easy games for them to win. Not all of them, but most of them.
I hope they
And
bounce.
we've got it. They just have to find that rhythm that they had at the beginning of the season. When the ball was moving, we're focused on ISO ball with Tatum, when we're getting rebounds and out in transition. The other piece of it is Derek White and his minutes, because he everybody's talking about his minutes in the overtime game. I don't see why he's not more of a featured guy at the end of games. But
Scotty's Windows 95 just updated. Like, what was that? That was
It's like a big flash of light.
yeah.
Like
What are you
quantum
doing?
leap just happened.
There's a little light over here. I tried to turn the light on. I'm pretty bad.
Oh my god!
I honestly,
Yeah.
to your point, Adam, I want the next 19 games to be just questionable enough that they stay on their toes.
Yeah.
Not enough to get people to start to point fingers, but they could hit a groove and be fine, and I'd love for them to hit a groove maybe 15 games in. 4 games outside the playoffs. I want that first round to make them question themselves. And because if we cruise control into the playoffs, we all know how that ends. We've all lived in Boston
you're
long
right.
enough. That's a car accident waiting to happen. I would love to see them starting to remold themselves and then getting their mojo and the juju back by the time we get to round 1. They're still figuring it out. And then you have that Al Horford moment where he slams on somebody and Grandpa's awake and everybody's back and it's after Easter and I'm drinking again. Everything will be better. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Everything will be
we're
better.
We're managing our loads. Everybody's smiling. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah. It's a good time. That is going to be the most searched term on Bing tonight, just so you know. Because if you got Windows 11, you're searching on Bing. Yeah, Bing.
Oh, yeah.
People love it. Yep.
See if ChatGPT is spitting back loads at you.
I'm looking at I'm gonna read to you. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what they think of load management. see if it gives me any
context.
any no nut quotes. Hang on.
No, not November. Oh, here it goes.
I love it. Yep. I'm offline. So you guys got to go on without me. Tell the world my story. I'm in ChatGPT now. So
If the thing is with the play-in too, the play-in tournament will make things interesting because right now, let's say the Celtics, as of right now, the 2 seed, and between the 2 seed and the 3 seed is 2.5 games or whatever it is or game and a half. I mean between them and Philly, and they're obviously only 2.5 behind Milwaukee, but then there's a little bit of a gap between Cleveland and New York, and then there's Brooklyn obviously, but the 7, 8, 9, 10 right now, they're basically the Celtics will end up with a top 3 seed and play the play-in, from what I can see. At least they should at least. And Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, Washington, those are the ones. So they start the road trip against Atlanta, right? And then so that'll be kind of a decent look at could they, because they most definitely could end up playing against the Hawks, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to watch that game, and then they go from there because
Have
there's 16
they
games
played
left.
them yet?
I'm sorry.
Have they played the Hawks yet?
I don't think they have.
Maybe
Maybe really, really early in the season. Yeah.
Yeah. early in the year. They played them in Atlanta. They beat them 126-101. They smoked them.
I think there's one team that they'll be playing that they haven't played yet, I think. And so they play them no, they played Toronto. Hopefully they get this stuff going by April 7th, because Tyler and I are going to the April 7th game, so we need them to be on.
Who are they playing on the 7th?
The Knicks.
Raptors. They need to play all their players, no resting.
Oh. Rubber Shoes will be screaming about loads. And
It's on Good Friday.
Earlier it was 2 words, load management. Now it's going to be 2 words, no resting. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully the Bruins on that night.
They will
Right,
be.
I was just about to say the same thing. But Billy, you're thinking of Portland because they play Portland tonight for the first time this season, because then they play them on the road trip as well. Yeah, so tonight's the first time they've played Portland, which is crazy to think about. In March, they're playing them first time. But
Do we? Did somebody scribe what our predictions were
Lillard
for the
gets
year?
over 50 tonight?
no, I don't.
over
think so.
50. We shut them down.
Celtics have been given Mitchell's got like 44, Quickly got 40.
Yeah, in double overtime, though. I mean, he had like 10 of his points in in the second overtime.
It'd be nice if they win in regulation,
I don't think we did predictions, Timmy. You were asking about predictions.
I really
we
think
did.
that
did we?
Grant Williams missing those 2 free throws, that might get in his head bad. I have a bad feeling about
That was
Gone at the end of the year anyway, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Like at the beginning of the season,
we need him during the playoffs, though.
need such a strong word. I mean, I guess
who's going to replace him? Though,
such
Scotty?
a strong
Who's going to
word.
replace him? I love Grant Williams. I'm surprised to hear you
why
say
do you
this.
love Grant Williams? He runs his mouth and he barely contributes.
He's
Like,
he's like a poor man's Draymond Green, though. I mean, he's like
He
That's-
he
Gets
really
other
helped
people
us in
in.
the Milwaukee
Huh?
series last year.
yeah. I mean,
Look, he has some
he's
moments.
tough against Embiid. He's tough against Antetokounmpo. He's the 2 guys we're going to go up against most likely. He's tough against those 2 guys.
He's tough when.
I mean,
yeah,
Robert
'cause
Williams is not
he's
going to
6
take on
fouls.
Embiid.
Yeah, he's 6 fouls. I don't think he's like. I don't.
Do you
think
really
out
think
there
he's the
shutting
role
down.
player that Draymond Green is, though? Like Draymond Green's.
No,
Well, no, I
way
didn't
more-
mean from a playing
I
standpoint.
was like,
meant more
he's
from
like
getting
a
under
poor
the skin
man's
of
drunk
the opponent.
mechanic. No, he's not poor man's Draymond Green.
No, you're right.
Like,
You're right.
Dear
That's
Lord.
a bad
No,
example.
I could say
Yeah,
say poor man's Draymond Green. He's not Draymond Green. I could say he's poor man's Draymond Green.
I think he's a better shooter than Draymond, but I mean,
Yeah, no
that's
question.
the problem.
Not as good of a
He's not.
passer, though.
And definitely not. And I think
My
not as good
point.
as
My
defender.
point is, I think when somebody's playing Golden State, the conversation on the plane or the hotel the night before, Draymond's getting discussed as part of what they're going to be up against. I don't think people are like, and then there's Grant Williams, like he's like I know we consider him a big man because of his size, and he did great, last year during the playoffs. But he's like, I'm going to date myself, ask your grandparents. He's like Tattoo from Fantasy Island. I mean, he's not, I don't think he's as imposing as, and it was embarrassing what he did. Embarrassing what he did.
It's kind of embarrassing that you brought up Fantasy Island on the show, to be honest.
Nope. Welcome to the program. And I said program, also dating myself.
I thought you were gonna throw out like Greg Kite or something. You throw out
I can.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Don't make me do it.
Manute Bol
Jesus.
went to
I
school.
will say
right
that
down
to
the
your
street
point
from
though,
me.
but like when Quickly was like dancing, doing all that, like obviously I'm going to date myself now. Back in like the even the 90s or whatever, he gets clotheslined. You know what I mean? He gets laid out at some
100%.
point.
Yeah,
like that's
100%.
not going to happen. Especially you're not going to do that. In the Garden, like no friggin' way. And that was super frustrating to watch. Like he was having a game, right? Because you never know, right? You never know in the NBA, especially who's going to blow up. You might have a night. You never know. And he had a night. He had an amazing night, and he's a good player. But is he like a 40-something point guy? No, not usually. You know what I mean? But the fact that he was doing it and jumping all around and no one did anything about it,
Right.
Like
He was
I will say,
literally
So the problem I've
skipping
seen
down the floor. It was so annoying. Go ahead, Scotty. Go ahead.
that was Billy.
I mean, the problem I've seen down the stretch in those games is that they're going back to the hero ball where you have Tatum bring the ball down or Jaylen Brown bringing the ball down, and they're turning it over a lot and they're forcing shots. That what gets them to those 20+ point leads. They move the ball around. They get the good shot. They've had trouble missing open shots, but that's what gets them that lead. And then down at crunch time where they go down to that, it's ISO ball, and I just don't like it. I think they always force it or they turn the ball over in those situations, and they go away from what got them the big leads in those games.
The weird thing about it is, like, if you watch the end of that Knicks game, they got such a great shot for like a wide open look for Horford, and he's probably 40% from that corner, maybe even higher. I don't even know what his stat line is there. So it's actually a really good shot. And Tatum didn't have a look at the basket, so he made the right play. If Horford knocks that down, they beat the Knicks. Who knows what happens against the Cavs? And it's a different discussion. So, I don't know. This is why I don't think the sky is falling on the team. I think they're in a little bit of a rut. I think they're going to bounce back from it. And I think this road trip is just what the doctor ordered, because you're going up against a bunch of teams who, aren't even in the mix, are much lower in the mix than, the Knicks and the Nets for sure. I mean, the Knicks and the Cavs.
The beginning of the road trip outside of Atlanta, they've got some what should be cakewalks, right? Houston, Minnesota. They play Portland, so we'll see what they're going to have tonight. But then they play Portland, Utah, and Sacramento. Utah and Sacramento are both playing. Utah not so much, but Sacramento is like the second best team in the West or third best.
Sure.
So that's the end. That's the end of the road trip there. So, but then they come back. They play Indiana and San Antonio at home. Those should be
even though Indiana gives us fits, right?
Yeah, but
is Halliburton out for the season, or is he back?
I believe he's back.
Is he back? Okay, I thought he was. I thought he might be out for the season. He's a great player, by the way. You want to watch a good point guard? He's a good point guard.
He's a rich man's Draymond Green. That's all I got.
That's good. I like that. That's good.
I got.
So I would say did anybody write down our predictions? Probably not, right?
I was asking because we didn't. Well, we made predictions like what we thought was going to happen. Like we made our this is what's going to happen. I remember I said we lose to Phoenix in 7 games in the finals.
Okay, I don't
remember.
Celtics.
Celtics beat the Mavericks in the finals.
That's what. How many games?
Oh, that would be nice to beat the Mavericks now that Kyrie's
he's drinking. I'm going to get a number out of him. Go ahead.
I can't imagine that.
How many games?
Western Conference Finals.
Let's see. We'll go 5. Gentlemen's sweep.
Rubber shoes. What is the occasion that you're drinking? You usually don't drink on the show.
Once in a while I have. In the summertime I did a lot. It depends on how my diet is going for the day. And today I had Tripoli's pizza, so I'm all out. I'm off the bandwagon for the day. So
I was gonna say, like, has he calorically made a gap that he can afford to have the drink?
No.
We're just on a freaking bender right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't work out this morning. I had Tripoli pizza for lunch. I'm having pasta for dinner. So it's a 5,000 calorie day.
That's magic.
Wow. Yeah, I don't just like accidentally fall off the wagon. It's a thump. Like I fall off the wagon for the day. It's like boom.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. All in. I'll probably
so tomorrow
have some
you're back on the
tonight,
wagon. Is that what it is? What if you wake up with a hangover? You're going to feel like a greasy breakfast.
Wrap some barbed wire around a baseball bat, do a couple of rails of cocaine, and go visit the neighbors after dinner. Yeah, you know what? Full on bender.
I only had 1 Red Bull left, so it was just one. No, I don't. If I drink, it's 1, maybe 2 in a night.
That's a Lowell bender for you.
Oh my god! You should drink Red Bull, be staring at the ceiling.
Oh my gosh!
Back to the stupid schedule makers.
Hey, can we stop discussing my debauchery? Back on track.
So the Bruins played Saturday.
Oh my god!
Oh,
they don't play again until tomorrow night.
I was going to text you and be like, they're off until Thursday. Did you see? Yeah, the Bruins are off. Bruins played Saturday. Don't skate again until tomorrow. And I almost texted Rubber Shoes, and I'm like, I don't want to send him on a bender, which I should have because he's already on one. Yeah.
You couldn't have prevented it.
Yeah.
We have all these nights that they have to put the Celtics and Bruins on the same night, and then they have 5 days off in between games.
Load management.
Like nobody can make you happy, Rubber Shoes. You're pissed off that they have a break. You're pissed off that they're on the same night.
I'm happy
when
about
they're not
one
on the same
thing.
night, you're pissed off.
Happy about
You're-
one thing.
you're happy about the Red Sox
I
in
might
March?
be going to a Red Sox game this year.
Everybody's
Oh,
happy.
they're unruining his summer. That's what we're talking
They're
about. yeah.
trending in the right direction.
It's the
Dude, it's
preseason.
March 8th.
Yeah.
It's March
How's
8th.
how's Cheryl feeling about the Red Sox?
They're
Trending in
they're
the right
7-0-3. He's very excited. Yep.
Oh.
Sky's the limit. My mom is
God.
probably burning a game onto Laserdisc as we speak. I have no idea. I know she's not upset.
I know she's watching.
Yep.
So chime in, Cheryl. Come on.
Laser beam.
Thousand percent she's monitoring the program. She's probably unfortunately on Bing looking up No Nut November.
So
we'll
Friday,
we'll
Friday you
discuss
can
that later.
bet
It's fine.
on the app in Massachusetts. Friday you can bet on the app. I'm throwing money down on the Red Sox to win the World Series. It's got to be great odds right now.
Oh, that is a terrible
Wow.
idea, and I love it. I fully
That is
endorse
the
it.
worst
I've ever
idea
heard.
ever.
It won't be a lot of money, but it'll be really good odds. So why
Yeah,
not?
if you hit, it'll be good. It would be big payout.
That'll be my
He's feeling
first.
it. I'm texting Tyler right now. Get your father another drink.
It'll be my first legal Massachusetts bet on an app. It's going to be the Red Sox to win it all.
Speaking of Tyler, by the way, where is Tyler? Is he like at Home Depot right now, or what's going
No,
on?
he's in the building. He's about to bring him
here.
more
He just
vodka.
gave me the card.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
I stopped asking. He knows when we're on. He's on our text. If
Oh,
he
yeah,
wants
yeah,
to join
yeah,
us,
he's of age.
if he wants to join us, he can join us.
Have more vodka.
He might have the problem. So he meets his friends at the gym right after work. So he comes home,
okay.
changes, and then goes. So that's yes. Cheryl says I'm watching and loving the Red Sox.
Oh, Cheryl, don't put your
No, no,
life
no, no,
savings
no, no,
down
no,
on the
no,
Red
no, no.
Sox on March 8th.
I'm on.
Please.
I might put $20 down. That's like
What is the gap that's going on right now?
Won't even be that much.
They said it's happening in Massachusetts, and I keep seeing all of the commercials that it's coming. When does it go live? Did you say it's this Friday?
March 10th. Yeah.
Why that's such an odd date, and why did it take that long?
Stupid, because it should have been before the Super Bowl, but they wanted a soft launch that you could only do in-person bets at the casinos on before the Super Bowl, because I don't know, they feel like something's going to happen when they just let all these people start betting on all these other states
they're gonna
around
make
us
a lot of money.
have been doing it for years, and so it's this Friday because they want to have it, the college championship, conference championships that people can bet on this weekend, and then going forward you can bet on the Sweet 16, which I think you're not allowed to bet on the local college teams except in the March Madness.
Really?
I think
Wait, you
that's
can't bet on the
law.
local college teams? Why?
You can't unless it's in the Sweet 16. That's it. Because they're afraid that people are going to corrupt the kids in college. Not like the kids at BC haven't been corrupted before.
Oh,
So we're gonna corrupt the kids in college more than they're already getting corrupted.
Right,
and they're
exactly.
give me a break. So
Rubber Shoots is 3 sheets. He's laughing.
yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
red in the
Yep.
face. He's definitely 3 sheets right
Yep.
now.
yep,
This is the first time I've ever tried this.
this is
Holy
amazing.
shit!
Try it again. Try it again.
I think I put too much vodka in with
What
the
are
Red Bull.
you?
It
What
is a wonderful drug.
What are you drinking? What is happening again?
Red Bull and vodka.
Oh, I thought you had a cran going on. Your Red Bull. Oh, he's gonna be climbing the
Shooting right through
walls.
his face. Look at that. Wow.
This is phenomenal.
Scotty, you should have him update your Windows 95.
Yeah, it'll definitely
We'll
crash.
go back to Windows XP.
But
if I
the
could,
stupid thing, I get your rubber shoes on the whole. The entire concern that they're going to create this, state full of.
Oh, Cheryl is chirping in.
Oh boy.
She's all over you guys.
Of course she is. The fact that we think we're going to create this, state full of delinquents because they're going to allow online, like anybody who wanted to bet in Massachusetts
Could figure it out.
before this, You had a
The
bookie.
degenerates have already been betting for
Yes.
50 years.
Yeah, they have a bookie. They're probably going to stay with their bookie. They're not moving over to FanDuel or DraftKings where the government can watch you because you're going to like. It's just like with Venmo right now. If I send Adam Venmo more than $600, you have to claim that, right?
Right.
So a whole bunch of people aren't going to move to this anyway. I'm a very passive, like you said, rubber shoes. Like when it gets to like the NFL playoffs and stuff like that, I'll throw 20 here, 20 there. I'm not going deep. It's never been a passion of mine. Like when we go to Vegas or whatever, I'm watching. Scotty, you guys have all been with me at like Mohegan and stuff. Like it's not my jam. I know it's Scotty's jam, but I also know Scotty's also not shoving $1,000 on the Pats on a random Sunday afternoon either. So
Scotty's trying to get on Mama Lindsay's good side.
and it's a way absolutely for them to capture non-traditional revenue. So I don't know why they're waiting at all because Massachusetts needs all the help it can get. Like it's really strange that they're waiting, that they have this gap and they're like, give it 3 months.
I'm surprised it took them so long. I mean, it's every other state. I wonder how many states have it now. It's got to be at least half the states, right?
Well, and New Hampshire was winning for a while because people were massholes were coming up to the state line.
Sure.
95. You go to the liquor store. You're in that parking lot. You get your alcohol. Yep. Yeah.
As a lane mall.
Clearly, Rubber Shoes right now getting his Grey Goose and his Red Bull, and then you're also geofenced. You could place your bet and go home.
Yeah.
Because you were in the state of New Hampshire. So
you can't do it in Maine.
You still don't have it in Maine.
You can't bet in Maine? Oh, you can do it in Connecticut.
Yeah, and I think honestly,
gotta be able to bet on the Connecticut Sun games.
And New Hampshire right now is the only state in New England has yet to legalize weed, which is also really strange.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
all live free or die. What's that about?
What's
New
that? What
Hampshire
did you
has
say?
medicinal, correct?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I will be at the
Couple of brownies tonight too, Rubber Shoes?
New England. I'm AAA Work Trucks is setting up a cannabis show this weekend.
You're not.
Yep, I will be there on Friday.
What are you? Where are you going to be? Did I miss it? What happened?
The NECANN, the New England Cannabis. I forget what the ANN is. Leslie's going to kill me.
This is amazing.
Oh my God! There's got to be pictures of this. Is there going to be pictures of this?
Because we upfit the vans that transport because there's
the weed mobile. So all right.
Yeah, you have to have cameras. You have to have lock boxes and cages and stuff like that.
It's Joe and Leslie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Joe, Leslie, listen to me. You have
Joe.
to get
We
you
call him
have
Joe.
you have to get a van. You have to make it the mystery machine.
Yes.
And you 4,000% have to dress Rubber Shoes up as Shaggy.
100%.
Oh, Scoob!
1,000. Yeah. Hey, Scoob. Yeah. Hey, oh my God. Are you kidding me?
If you do that, here, you know what? I'll even add to it. If they commit to that, I will get a Scooby costume and I will join you and I will be the freaking
Yes,
This is amazing.
It's all coming together.
Yes. Yeah. Like that. Yes.
If they commit to that, I will show up and I will be the dog.
We have to buy you some Scooby
participate
snack.
in any cannabis testing that needs to be done.
Yeah.
The New England Cannabis Convention in Boston.
I'm on parole, so I'll be nowhere near any of this. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it sounds like a great idea. This is amazing.
We did it last year. We're the only vendor there has nothing to do with the actual product of weed.
Do they do free samples there, Rubber Shoes? Like, how does that work?
So
if you can smoke it in, on, or around a truck.
I don't dabble in that stuff. But people, so
love this.
You were not supposed to have actual stuff at the show, but some people I know that got samples, it was actual stuff. So it sounds like they do have actual samples
stuff
there.
as opposed to what?
Like it was. So what's the so you could get like the hemp lotion that has one part of the thing in
CBD.
it that's
CBD.
Yeah. So that was the only stuff they were allowed to give out, but apparently they gave out stuff that had the what's that, TCB or
THC?
CBD? What's that? THC?
Yeah.
CBY?
I will meet you there for that event. Yes.
You know what?
Please,
Everyone's
let's do it.
going to Bing after this show, and they're going to look up soft launch,
Load management. No, not November.
and all sorts of acronyms that we just know
Yeah.
we got correct.
Come see Rubber Shoes in booth 702 on
God.
Friday.
Oh yes.
And give him some
One lucky winner gets to rub him down with CBD lotion. Is that a Scooby snack in your pocket, or are you just happy to see us? Holy
I
mother
forgot
of
to
God.
promote. Last week we were at a show, also a plumbing show. I should have promoted that. Come see Rubber Shoes at the booth. Get
The
your
weed
baby
show is
sign.
much better than the plumbing show, though.
This
Rubber
is
Shoes. I mean,
amazing.
a lot better.
Amazing. Yeah, we like so many. It's so casual now because like people at our office, they're just like, oh yeah, like when I want to go to bed, and like
Pop an edible.
yeah, and I mean, I would love to try it, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, the way I'm wired, I'd be like, I love this, and then I'd be like, now I got to get the good stuff. Now I want the edible that tastes like a Kowloon Mai Tai. Like I'd be searching out I'd lose my entire life would go down the tubes in a second.
They make
There's no sweet water for edibles, Timmy.
Yeah, well, we'd find one. We'd make one. Yeah.
but
It's amazing that when it becomes legal in the state you're in, how more open people are about it. Like I found out probably 200% of people that I didn't think did it.
1,000%.
Do it.
Yeah. They're all in. Yep.
I'm like, really? I'm like,
Yep.
I never would have thought.
Scotty, what were you saying?
it does make a world of difference. It helps, from definitely from a sleep perspective. I mean, and you can get them super light, man. Like 5 milligrams and stuff like that too. You get them really. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Nice laughing, but it's like it makes a huge difference for people that can't sleep and that
someone-
have like.
I can't see who said it, but it must be
Rubber
someone
Shoes
from
not
work.
even listening to Scotty.
He is off the leash
hand-
right now. He's so off the
Handouts
leash.
at the cannabis show are much better. I guess,
Oh,
than
all right.
out.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah.
Cassie. Someone know you, Cassie. Huntley?
Cassie, that's my coworker. Yeah, her and I will be working the booth on Friday.
Oh my God.
I'm a fan of Cassie. Cassie, I'm a fan of you. But,
Cassie, I think we need you to go live stream with the Rubber Shoes rant and wrap up from the cannabis.
She's
show.
gonna be so happy
yeah.
that you guys are pronouncing her name correctly.
Well, you said it first.
How else would she pronounce
But so many people call in
Casey.
and say Casey or
Yeah.
Kathy. And it's like, it's written right there. How do you get that out of Cassie?
Oh, when I meet her, I'm going to call her Barbara now just to piss her off. It's fine. Yeah.
She's used to that.
Cassie,
We'll
beautiful
do the-
name. Do you mind if I call you Barbara? Yeah. All right. Well, and honestly, we probably talked about this before, but while we're talking about smoking things and edibles, when they built all of the new liquor stores, and it's just so friggin' obvious. I know we've talked about this. Like you look at the one that's here, Portsmouth, the traffic circle, they're mammoth. And then you walk inside and they're still big. But when you think about the section of the building that clearly is allotted for storage, they also knew coming to a theater near us in New Hampshire, some of that is going to be a dispensary. Yeah. You're gonna go into another section of New Hampshire State Liquor Store, and there'll be a dispensary. Then there'll be storage. And nobody, except apparently Rubber Shoes, needs that much additional vodka on hand, right?
Not, no.
Oh, New Hampshire's not? Okay.
Nope, they haven't done it yet. I mean,
Live free or die moniker.
What's that?
The live free or die moniker. I mean, it should be like everything should be wide open. I thought up there.
It is stunning, and like everything else is happening. So I don't know what we're waiting for, but we're waiting. Apparently, I don't think Maine's pissed about it. We have so many people at our company that are assisting people buying land to build out grow houses.
Oh yeah,
Like that's
100%.
a whole. I've got a couple of agents. I call them Breaking Bad. They're just like they're helping people open up, huge opportunities, and it is a massive business, and that's why it doesn't make any sense for Massachusetts to be so late to the game on the legalized gambling and or off track, whatever they're calling it these days, and then above and beyond that, why New Hampshire's waiting to grab all of this additional revenue that they could be grabbing. But here's the thing: what do we know? 1,000%. Would you rather? I'm sure I'm going to pick on Scotty because he's in beautiful downtown Maine. I'm sure I could get really good stuff. Whatever Scotty's, are you drinking Bullet? Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Bullet Rye. And I don't know what Rubber Shoes. What are you drinking Rubber Shoes for vodka?
Grey Goose.
Yeah, so both
Real stuff.
Both good drinks. I also know Scotty probably has a great uncle tucked somewhere down East Maine, which is completely counterintuitive, upstate, in the woods, who's making something in a gin barrel right now that would help me grow a uterus and probably make your eyebrows fall off, right? Like off market. I know if I go get an edible or weed in New Hampshire, when they do it, it's not going to be as good as going to, the guy down the street at the corner.
No,
it's going to be regulated. That's the whole idea. Yeah.
It won't be as good.
Apparently, like I said, I don't do this stuff, but the stuff you get from the
I don't believe anything he says right now. Go ahead.
The stuff you get from the stores is much better than the stuff you can get from, the guy you used to get it from.
Oh. So you don't do it, or you say you don't do it, but you actually do it.
No.
He's going to the weed show dressed as Scooby. It's happening. Yeah.
You see me on Grey Goose and Red Bull. Can you imagine me on other stuff?
We got to get him. Yeah.
Oh, that would be magic.
Yeah.
100th show is coming up. The 100th show is coming up. I'm just saying. Scotty, I'm going to get in down East Maine.
I'm going to get 4 bags of Fun Dip. We'll all run lines before we start the show. It's going to be great.
There's things in my my firefighter career that I cannot do. So
there is that. Yes.
Well, you don't want to get you in trouble. We don't want
to look at he cranks another drink. Hashtag off duty. 2 words.
I can do Red Bull and Grey Goose.
Yeah.
Just not on the job. I can do it off the job though.
No, awesome. Where are we going? We just did 90 minutes on weed.
We really did. It was a long time.
Well,
March Madness is coming up.
The Bruins are finally going to play tomorrow night. So, okay, we touched on the Bruins. So now the Red Sox.
Oh, the Red Sox are 3 games into their season.
Tanner Houck pitched yesterday for the first time. Looked good. He gave up a couple runs, but he did look good. And Chris Sale, 2 games ago, pitched his first start of the spring training and looked really good and had a huge smile coming off the mound. So
Rubber Shoes. Nobody's talking about this except for you, because even on ESPN, they
look right here. Shirley said it.
Oh my God!
It's not even on the menu on ESPN. You have to go to the secondary menu to get to the Major League Baseball.
They're ready. They're ready to start the World Baseball Classic, which started last night. Which there's Pool A and Pool B. I think Pool A is playing over in Japan or something, and I think Pool B is playing in the States at first.
So nobody will watch it.
Yeah, because it's like last night, the first game was like at midnight, and then I looked this morning, there was a game going on at like 5 this morning, and then the next game was 10 o'clock tonight and 11 o'clock tonight.
It's 5:45 on the East Coast, and you're racing Red Bulls. You're going to be watching all the overnight games.
And they were all on the Pool A. I think Pool B starts Saturday. The U.S. is playing Saturday, their first game, so I think that's when Pool B is starting around either Friday or Saturday. And I think those games will be able to be watched. I think those are like Dominican, Puerto Rico.
USA plays Mexico at 10 o'clock on Sunday night. So that's the first time you get USA. But yeah, they're all over the map.
So they are all over in Japan?
I don't know where they're located. I'm just going to give you the times. They play.
I think they're playing in Japan.
They play Mexico at 10 p.m. on Sunday, and then they play against Canada the next day, the 13th at 10 p.m. again. And then they kind of gets a little fuzzy from there because obviously going to the quarterfinals and stuff. But USA trying to defend their championship, essentially.
Rubber Shoes, just drop 10 milligrams under your tongue. It's not going to matter where they're playing.
A little behind the ears. You'll be all right.
It's gonna be like 1983. I'm downstairs in Bentley Lane with my dad, and he's trying to fix the horizontal hold because everything's getting all wavy, right? Yeah.
It looks great to me. I don't know.
Yeah, looks great. Looks great.
Good.
And remove the antenna on the roof.
I don't know. Rubbish. Did you end up signing up for Cameo or what?
No, I was asking for advice.
We gotta get you on Cameo.
I 1,000% think you should do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, people want a video from Rubber Shoes, a special birthday greeting off a Cameo or something.
All right, I'll get it up by the 100th show.
Oh, please, yeah.
Back to load management. All right.
Oh, That's an OnlyFans account, not Cameo.
Yes.
Okay, so there's some
Can
games
you
in Taiwan
imagine
and Japan.
Dude, there's
Some
probably
in-
a market for that.
they're all over the
There's
place.
some non-traditional
Rubber shoes,
revenue.
OnlyFans? Let's go.
Yeah, just girls get on and make millions of dollars doing feet pictures. Just put your bare knuckle little animal claws into your rubber shoes and just do. There's a market for it.
With that.
Just-
I didn't know where you
Just
were
wear,
going.
just
You're
wear
gonna
my
get-
jersey and my Crocs. That's it.
You're gonna you're gonna get somebody to pay you for your hairy feet shoved into those Crocs.
Your jersey
1000%.
and rubber shoe of the day
Yeah.
should be your OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
I'll have it unbuttoned, just covering.
No, I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to see any of that.
Whoa, really?
Nope.
So Scotty is on
crushing
Tinder,
this
Rubber Shoes is
cocktail.
gonna be on OnlyFans. All right.
Very delicious. I'm surprised.
I'm on what? What am I
I
doing?
believe I haven't tried it before.
Don't you remember you were on Tinder at one point? Isn't that you that we were talking
Oh,
about?
I messed up. I said
Grinder.
I meant Grint.
Oh, Grindr.
Grinder. Yes. Yep.
I said grinder. Yeah.
Even worse.
Wife is not happy about that, by the way. She started going through my phone.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
By the way, did you see the? Have you seen the TPC starts obviously tomorrow?
Yes.
And have you seen the groupings coming off of 10? 7:34 in the morning. You got Finau, Tom Kim, and Patrick Cantlay, followed by Colin Morikawa, Adam Scott, Ricky Fowler, followed by John Rahm, Scheffler, and McIlroy, which is an unbelievable group. And
That's
then
awesome.
Right after them, Justin Rose, Billy Horschel, and Matsuyama. Like the groups are just those 4 groups in a row is
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
insane.
Gonna be
Hope my
awesome.
boss isn't watching because there's not. I'm going to be ESPN plussing all day tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, it's gonna be good.
Insane.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Just and Adam's gonna love this. The whole live thing. So they're on CW, and I appreciate that. You're losing me though because I'm not searching for you, especially on a weekend like this. There's not a moment that I'm going and here's the other problem. I'm jumping over to CW to find live, and are they even playing this weekend?
Right.
And like this is a two-sided coin for me because I don't hate that they started this league because it pulled some people away from the PGA, opened the floodgates to let some new talent in, which is already showing up. And you could say they're showing up because there's parity in the PGA now. I don't really think that's the case. I think you still have you have equal amounts of the top players, half of them left. That's fine.
Right.
It's also done a favor because now they've upped the purses on so many of these tournaments. I don't know what Sawgrass was last year, but the Players Championship I'm sure is going to be a little meatier this year. Did the purse go up a lot? I don't even know. It probably did.
I don't know where it is off the top of my head.
And
but
then-
I know it's 20 million was the last one.
Yeah, and then above and beyond that, you've got they've now factored in that they're going to have some of their ordinary tournaments that because next weekend a whole bunch of guys are going to take the week off because they just did one of the bigger ones, right? So they'll take next weekend off, and next weekend will be made more essential and more desirable because they're going to make some of these events after some of these bigger weekends are going to be no-cut weekends.
Right.
So everybody gets so Liv has had a positive effect on the way the guys are going to get compensated in the PGA, and I don't hate it, but I just think the inconsistency of I don't even know if I should be looking this weekend to see if Liv is even on to check in. Then I put it on, and Janina's violent about it. She has no use for it because she feels like everybody she hated. She's like, it's been a gift. And we put it on, and she's like, okay. She goes, but I don't even know what's going on here. There's all these teams, and she goes, I can't even figure it out.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the pressure point is. There's no edge of my seat. This is amazing. I'm not going to go to the bathroom right now because somebody's teeing off on the 17th and they have to birdie this to force a playoff. And what they've done with Liv is like, hey, listen, it's halftime. We're not keeping score. Everybody gets an orange slice. It's going to be great. And we talked about this before. They've all been paid for what they've done. And the PGA, you consistently going to continue to get paid for what you're doing Sunday or this week. So I don't hate that it's here, but I think that they got chomped on the opening week of Liv being on CW. There's some horrible television show that outscored it in the Nielsen's.
Yeah.
So the world has spoken. Nobody cares. If your friend at work is telling you he cares or she cares, they're lying because nobody cares.
Right.
And my mom is not recording it, so that should tell you everything you need to know. Cheryl is pro PGA all day long. All day long.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yep.
Do you do fantasy PGA, Tim?
I just actually, so in our building, we've got a great guy, Ryan Collins, who is he's one of our allied resources for insurance. And he just told me he made his team. He's in like a 10-guy league and they all grabbed 5 golfers. And yeah, I had no idea it was a thing. I don't know why, because Rubber Shoes is drunk and doing edibles. So anything is possible right now. I feel like, yeah. So I didn't really think that if you told me it existed, I wouldn't be like, no way. But like, didn't even think to make a league. We couldn't make a league. It was a thing. Yeah, there's probably still time. We could still throw one together. I don't know if we want to do that.
I recognize maybe one of the names that Scotty just listed off.
My God, love. It's gonna be good. Oh, you guys will love this. I got to show you this.
March Madness, the ATB March Madness again.
Yeah.
Yep.
My wife is very excited about it. She wants to defend her crown.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's a live draft.
Sunday.
Nobody. Okay.
What?
I said we'll make sure it's a live draft.
Yeah.
Hang on.
We're not doing auto draft next year.
I got to show you guys what's going on here. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Oh, we're flipping around.
It's showing up.
There it is.
Hang on.
Careful. Where are we going with that? Where are we going? Oh,
yes. Barstool.
All right.
I don't know how well you can see.
Very productive day at work, huh, Timmy?
Yeah, Tim does a lot at work. He says he's working, but he's not working.
We're so busy. The potter's over there.
Wow.
I love it.
That's a very zen office. That's a very Tim office, I think.
Well, we're doing our best. Let me get my camera back on.
That's good.
Stand by, and we're back. And I apologize. So, one of in our Dover office, a couple of the kids in one of the conference rooms, they brought one in, and they're like the boiler room. They're making calls. They're putting, and I said, "Oh, Santa Claus brought one of those to our house a few years ago, and it's doing nothing in Cameron's bedroom." So I brought it in and laid it out. People are walking by like, what is going on in there? I'm like, I don't really know what's going on. So many people in here like, I want to take a couple of pots. And people like laying money down. I'm like, all right.
That reminds. So you always find a way to make work a little bit more enjoyable. I remember when we used to work at the radio station, it'd be like 6 of us sitting around at like midnight with candles lit and watching Jimmy Kimmel. People would walk by after a long remote or something and be like, what the hell is going on in there?
Yeah, they're putting away the duck foot State Street.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good times. Yeah. Rubber Shoes, did you reload?
Huh?
Response. That couldn't have been a better response.
That was such a get off my lawn moment, right? Scooby-Doo, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those damn kids.
Right.
Dude, what are you doing? Is he opening a Grindr account? You've been on your phone for 10 minutes.
You really have.
I just got a notification that the Red Sox are playing Puerto Rico, so I'm seeing if it's on TV.
All right, welcome back.
Red Sox are playing Puerto Rico?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh
if it's on
my
TV.
God, Rubber Shoes. Did Little Shoes get you a refill or no?
No.
That's a terrible idea.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad.
I don't have any more Red Bulls. It would have to be straight up.
All right, you got cranberry juice?
Too much sugar. I use sugar-free Red
Too
Bull.
much sugar.
I know I'm off the wagon, but I'm still cutting.
I'm not a bender, but that's too much sugar.
He had Tripoli pizza for breakfast. He's going into a half a tray of manicotti, whatever's left, because you got Tyler out there probably already eating. Yep. Holy Moses.
I wouldn't click on that notification, by the way. I think it's fake, buddy, because there's the Red Sox are playing the Yankees tomorrow at 1:00. They're not playing Puerto Rico right now.
No, it's from the MLB app. It's probably one that they don't count on the Major League Baseball schedule, because that's it. When I looked,
they wouldn't play 2 teams in the same day. They wouldn't play a doubleheader with 2 teams.
No, they had no schedule for today. They when I looked up to do the wrap up this morning, they weren't playing until tomorrow. But I just saw it.
Load management.
Probably because they're playing Puerto Rico, that it's not considered
soft launch until March 30th.
A real game. It's not a real spring training game, so they're not promoting it. But.
When do you go to the cannabis thing? Can you remind me? I need to be on Instagram
Friday.
to see what happens.
Friday.
Oh, Friday. Okay, good. I can't.
There needs to be you got to go live talk, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
I want weed talk. Yeah.
What are we talking?
Weed talk.
I don't. I'll have Cassie do the talking then, because I don't know anything about that stuff.
Is she gonna get zooted? What? Somebody's gonna do drugs down there. What's happening? No.
We got it.
Joe and Leslie are so thrilled with this entire conversation right now.
We're representing 8 AAA work trucks. Okay.
I get that.
You
brought it up.
In the outfit, show up, and he'll do all the drugs.
And then I'm going to a simulator Friday night.
What kind of simulator?
It's a golf simulator. It's BYOB.
It's the grinder simulator.
Bring your own balls. Like, what are you doing?
Simulator.
Bring your own booze.
Oh, okay.
Red Bulls and Grey Goose, baby.
Oh my god.
He's off and running.
This is content for days, rubbish.
This is I didn't. Yeah. Can't wait till I can't wait for Lent to be over so I can get in on this. This is incredible.
Yeah, seriously, you're missing out, man.
Dear Lord. Can I ask? Because I'm just noticing it. I don't know if it's like a meth version of the Grinch. What is over your left shoulder with the trooper? It's got like the trapper hat on it.
Michael Myers.
It's all right. It looks like the Grinch with like.
It's a cross between Michael Myers and Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
I got you. Who decided that was a hybrid that needed to happen?
The head was there, and I put the hat on.
Cannabis.
Oh, you lost me. I thought the actual head was an amalgamation of Cousin. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no,
we're back. And we're back.
Michael Myers mask from Halloween, and it was Christmas time.
Okay.
So I put and it just says stayed there.
I thought you guys were moving the house around. This room was going to be remade.
Waiting until the warmer weather so we can keep the windows open when we stop painting. So
got it. I can't wait to see the new look.
Another month before everything comes off the wall and everything leaves the room.
Are you putting a pod in the driveway and you're just going to move all the Funko Pops into one location, or you put them in the center of the room and drop a blanket over them like a bird cage? What happens?
Well, my plan is to move everything to the front room, but she wants me to put everything in boxes and bring it upstairs. I'm like, no, that's not happening.
Oh.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
And if you want manicotti for dinner.
I'm not packing stuff away, bring it upstairs to bring it back down and unpack it. No, just move it from one room to the other.
Oh man, to be a fly on the wall in that house.
I know what her game plan is. Is like, I'll pack the stuff, put it upstairs, and then
never put it back out. Yeah,
that's smart. That's smart. Mother Shoes is smart.
I'm one step ahead.
Yeah, we did the whole closet in our bedroom, and Janina was giving me hives. Janina took everything out at once. I was like, just do your half first. Because like you would think you'd walk in and there'd be like a 50-yard line, and that's where my clothes would stop and hers would start. But it's more of like an 80-20 rule. So so she pulls everything out, and we went through and we got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. And I know she does this. We just obviously traveled for that trip a couple of weeks ago. And when I'm gone and she has the ability to, I know she gets rid of stuff that I don't even know I have, and it's just gone. And she's like, she'll find it and be like, oh, he hasn't looked for this or asked for this, so I can just throw it out. So
that happens every 4 days.
Have you seen that bit on Jimmy Kimmel?
What's that?
His wife does just that, except they do it on TV. She takes stuff that he has lying around the house and just gives it to people on the street. It's actually really funny.
Okay.
You should check it out.
I don't want to do that, but.
Well, no, but you don't have a nationally syndicated talk show, so.
Yeah, every 4 days I'm away from the house for 24 hours. So I come back and I see cleaning's been done, and I'm like, all right, what am I missing now?
Timmy, are you wearing a Bruins zip up
vest?
No.
Oh, it kind of looks black and gold, doesn't it?
It is not. It's brown greenish.
Oh,
ish,
it's the light.
Ish.
The light, where the light hits it. Okay.
It's the way the light hits your eyes. Yep.
So where are we going out for dinner after the show in a couple of weeks?
Oh, we're making plans.
That's it.
All right,
that is a great question. Yeah, we get the 100th episode.
I thought you said you were booking someplace.
I have not done that, but I certainly can. I can make sure that we have. We're going to go to Vita Cantina probably.
All right.
Phenomenal. It's part of, if you know all the restaurants up here and around Portsmouth, Scotty will know for sure. Jay McSherry has Jumpin' Jay's Fish Cafe, and a million other restaurants. If you go on Vita Cantina's website and you scroll to the bottom, it's on Lafayette. It's down the road. It's in an old Friendly's, and it is absolutely legit. David Vargas is the head chef. James Beard Awards, all the things. Phenomenal.
I love that it's in an old Friendly's. That's awesome.
That's where everything good comes out of an old Friendly's, right? Yes. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Unfortunately.
It's a phenomenal spot. So we can go there.
Sounds good.
For sure.
Looking forward to it.
And Rubbish
Jimmy, have you
probably
had
have to get a hotel
the
room.
pizza from the place at the Friendlies in Chelmsford?
Oh dear God, no! What's happening?
Yeah, there's a brick oven pizza place in the Friendlies.
The old Chelmsford and the old Friendly's Chelmsford.
I heard
I had
pretty
no
good.
idea that's what they were doing.
Yeah, we went there once, but we went there once to eat, Steph and I, and they told us the ovens were shut down for a couple hours. So we could order everything else except the pizza. I'm like, well, we kind of came here for the pizza.
Yeah, that's called closed. Yeah.
we haven't tried that yet.
Sounds like they kept the Friendly's customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll go to Vita after that show for sure.
All right. That sounds good. It's 2 weeks from now? No, 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
So a week and a half,
2 weeks.
right?
Yeah, we're doing Monday the.
Oh, right. We're doing Monday.
20th.
Yeah,
Monday the 20th.
Yeah, mark
Yep.
your calendar. Mark your calendar. It's
The 100th
So-
episode.
100th episode of
Tim, here's
ATB.
the train station that I'll be picking Adam up at.
I have no idea what's happening.
I don't know. I'll send you the details.
No,
Rubbish.
let's
You
hash
gotta
this
look
out
it up.
through the show. I love this.
I
Right now.
love all of this.
Yeah. I'll put my itinerary in the chat window, Rubbish.
You have to pick them up in the mystery machine, though.
So I'm totally in squirrel mode right now.
What? What is squirrel mode?
You know, from the movie Up, squirrel. You know, I get sidetracked real easy right now.
There.
And she's gone.
Bye.
Oh my God. He's like, where did I go? Where did I go? Where did I go? Look at
Oh my God! He comes back and he's drinking more.
All right.
Oh man.
I think that puts a bow on it. All right, we will
Yeah, for sure.
we will see you for sure next week, and then the following week, as we've been discussing on the 20th, we're going to do our 100th
and
episode.
direct.
I do believe you guys. I have to move all the golf stuff for that because we're going to do it live from here on the 20th, and then go
We'll
celebrate.
be getting
at Vita
into all
Cantina.
our bracket picks next week.
Sure.
All right, buddy.
Wow.
2 hours, just like we had that 2 hour show on our fantasy draft. 2 hour show of everyone's picks.
This is more than I expected.
This is amazing.
Thanks for hanging out.
Why
We
are
appreciate you
drinking every
tolerating us.
show? Why?
God
Why?
bless
Now
Joe
you
and
know
Leslie. Yeah, you can find everything you need, whether you need it or not, at atbshow.com. Rubber Shoes may or may not be standing tall tomorrow for the Rubber Shoes wrap up and rant on all the social mediums. Until then, go to Bing for all the terms you didn't understand on tonight's show, and for God's sakes, don't do the Windows 11 update. Are you doing the Windows 11 update right now? Is it back?
This is what happens when you drink once a month.
Oh my! Is that what this is? Really?
Once a month. I think you have a problem, Rubbish.
Subscribe, like, share, and comment. atbshow.com. Have a great week.